These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
It was a little bit different today.
Woo!
I must have picked the wrong one.
Maybe that was the right one.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Happy April 1st.
Happy April Fools. I got my followers hook, line, and sinker this morning.
Oh, did we?
Oh, yeah. We let them know that we signed a lease on a building. And I got 4 messages of congratulations. Yeah. Said right down at the bottom, if you want to be invited to the Friends and Family Night, just comment April Fools.
Okay.
Lots of comments of April Fools, so either people don't believe it's an April Fool's joke and want to be invited, but yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna comment April Fools just so I'm invited.
I suppose.
I have not played any tricks on anybody as of yet. I'm sure there's some people out there that will try. Yes. Anyway, we're into April. I'm so happy we're into April. Oh boy, you froze. Oh boy,
I froze.
Oh, there you are.
Oh no,
you're back now.
I'm here again. I just got a little flash that said my internet connection dropped. I don't know what that's about. We've had problems here the last few days. I know. Woke up a couple mornings and with notifications that all my stuff's offline, but I'm here now.
Wow, 25 comments. Nice. Somebody said it'd be more believable if you bought a semi-trailer, painted it green, and converted it to a mobile sit-down restaurant. I mean, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, it's kind of what we had in mind originally, but
I actually got excited for a minute.
Yeah. I'm a little sad that we disappointed so many people.
I know. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose followers off of this.
Well, what the fuck? All right.
Well, good. I'm glad you got people hooked. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Taco and Pebbles show. Welcome. So I had a little contest this weekend. We can get into my week since you're on mute at the moment for your doggos. Yeah, this week was light. I'm happy, very happy that we're in March.
April.
Very happy we're out of March and into April. Stop playing with your microphone. Just stop playing with it. It's really echoing.
I'm not doing anything with it.
Oh, you're doing something because it's something is touching your microphone to make it sound echoey. I can hear a tap. No, it's not that.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I haven't touched my microphone. Nothing is touching the microphone.
Oh, maybe it's just me.
Probably.
Please, if you're listening, comment on whether you can hear.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so our calendar was light this week or this past week. We did a little roadside event, a couple roadside days, and inside day, and then we had a little barbecue competition. And then it was Easter Sunday, and actually today's Easter Monday, which is weird. I don't understand that, but
Okay.
I've never seen Easter Monday. It's actually on my calendar as Easter Monday. Google calendar.
Did they add a federal holiday for banks and stuff for Monday?
Maybe. I don't know. I know that a lot of the schools here, or the Catholic schools here, had last week off as spring break. and the Catholic school is the one who has Monday off. They don't go back till Tuesday this week, so maybe that's.
So your Catholic schools had spring break. Are the rest of your public schools spring break this week?
Nope, they were.
Everything was last week.
Half, I think, 3/4 of them were last week. I think.
So strange.
I know. It's weird.
Everybody on this side of the state is gone this week.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
So we get to have our spring break lull this week.
Yay.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to really talk about our week because it was low and just wasn't anything eventful.
All
I
right.
did have on Friday when I was serving inside, I did have people coming down from Diamonddale just to try food, and they're getting married in 2 months or 2 years. They want me to send them an invoice. I'll go ahead and send it to them. Why not? Anyway, so little competition we had. We rolled up. It was 36 teams, little ribs and wings. I know he's not listening, but Jeff Georgic with Booyah Q put it on. Does an awesome job. Makes it very cooker friendly. Congratulations to Buddy Hammett with Chicken Ain't Easy for getting one of his 2 health inspections that he still has to do. I guess it was very easy for him because he I don't know. Anyway, so it was just easy. He was so worried about nothing. And we had to cook ribs and wings, and we were fortunate enough to come out with second place wings. I did get first last year, so it kind of bummed me out. But anyway, and he's calling the rib winners, and I got called for third place ribs, and I'm like, oh, well, I wasn't really expecting that. And then after he called first place, he's like, hey guys, I made a mistake.
Of course.
He called overall winners instead of ribs. So I had to bring my trophy and check back. Then I got called for 8th place ribs. I'm like, shit, I lost money. Take the hill clicker back. Anyway, I finished 3rd overall.
Nice work.
It was good times. So I think we're going to do a wing special, even though they're fucking expensive. But we're going to do a wing special this week.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
How much are you going to sell them for?
I haven't figured that out yet.
$30 a dozen.
24.
I can't. I feel bad for all the wing joints and trucks and restaurants out there, man.
Well, I've got probably 60 in the freezer that I can unthaw that are already rubbed down. So, been marinating a lot.
I am curious to see how those turn out.
Hopefully edible.
We have somebody in the chat. Oh, Fran, your mom. Mom says congrats.
Mom, I saw Mom at Easter dinner yesterday.
Apparently she wanted to let the whole world know that she's proud of her baby boy. Just like we all are.
Would we just do a moment of silence?
I don't know.
Like, what was that?
I enjoyed gazing into your eyes, though. That was nice.
Well, I'm sorry. If you got lost in my eyes, God knows where you went. So how's the first week of Angela working in the basement?
Our second home office, you mean? Jeez.
Sure.
You make it sound like there's a basket, and I'm telling her to put the lotion. Or she's going to get the hose again.
Whatever you have to tell yourself.
Hey, her office chair came yesterday or a couple days ago. The thing has massage and heat in it. It's the nicest chair we have in the house.
Well, she's in the basement. I would hope it has heat in it. Gosh.
Oh my
she's
God.
Probably freezing down there.
Basement. She's freezing everywhere. And there's heat in the basement. Plenty of it. God. No, it's everything is great. Everything's good. She's enjoying her time at home. Not her long commute from the kitchen to the office downstairs.
Business up top.
Yep.
Pajamas on the bottom.
100%. I mean, I'm not even wearing anything on the bottom right now, so.
I mean, I understand.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you had such a fantastic week, a very profitable week, it sounds like, for you. So,
I made just as much as on the competition as I did
the whole rest of the week?
Yeah. No. No.
No.
We pulled in, let's see, what was our overall? Are we doing Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Saturday?
My sales weeks run just the same as regular weeks, so Sunday to Saturday.
Sunday to Saturday. Okay, that'll prop it up a little bit. I did end up. So I'll talk about March real quick. So
Okay.
Last week we were down 11%, about 2,900. We were up in overall transactions at 99, and we were down 62% in average net sale. At $29.
Is this month to month?
This is
or from last March.
Oh, that's just prior Monday. It's just stupid. Well, hold on. So we can do March to March, or March to all of March. Here we go. All of March, I'm up 8%
over last March.
Awesome. I'm up in average net sale 20%. I'm down in transactions 10%, or 9.4. Sorry. But I can tell you that one of the catering gigs we did, we ran a tab. So that tab was all transactions, and we just would have done like another 95 tickets because that was 95 people. So we'd be down like 100 transactions. And our top selling item by gross sales was ribs. 77% card, 23% cash. And top selling category was loaded mac and cheese.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good work.
It's good to see returning customers getting up in the double digits finally.
Yeah.
44. So,
good.
Yeah, like I said, we're up 9% over last March.
We were just 5.5%, 5.66% up over previous March. So
good.
It was our busiest March that we've had. So I'm looking at the bank account. It doesn't really feel that way, but
right? Justin said no YouTube today.
It is showing that it's running. I'm showing the live stream is running, Justin. Oh, sorry. Dang it. Hold on a second, everybody. For some reason, it got switched to private. Just a moment. Let me see if I can fix that while it's on live.
Probably not.
I can.
Good.
At least it's... All right. Well, we got everybody on Riverside now. So the live stream on YouTube is working again, guys. Sorry about that. The privacy got changed to private instead of public for some reason. So that is up and running now. Thank you for letting me know, Justin. And Big, whoever Big is. Bubba probably, huh?
I was thinking JT.
Oh, that's probably makes more sense.
So I'm going to share my screen here real quick.
Okay.
Speaking of JT, again, he's getting back into this whole food truck game.
Okay.
And this was the thing he sent me today.
Do you have permission to share?
Well, I don't think he'll be upset.
Nice. Look at that line.
Oh, that's sausage.
Nice sausage, JT.
There you go. There's the other line.
Okay. Who's taking that picture?
I don't know.
Why aren't you working?
Right? Why aren't you slinging meat? Well, if it's JT, the trailer over here is only 6 feet tall, and he's 6'5". So I can understand why he might want to be out there a little bit. And yeah, there was that. And then he also sent over his parfait cups. Look at those desserts.
Tasty. Nice banana pudding.
That's a beautiful banana pudding.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's on here, I don't know what that is, but it looks
Strawberry shortcake.
Looks phenomenal. Yeah.
If you read the post, you would see it says a strawberry shortcake.
Oh, I didn't read the fucking post, but whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Are we ready? Can I talk about my week now?
Yeah. I'm just flying off the handle here. Been up since 3.
Bernie is on our YouTube stream. He says, "Good morning, fellows." So glad to know that we do have some people there now. So excellent.
Hey, how was your week, bud?
Cornbread shortcake. Stole from you, Skippy.
Yes.
I know it's something new for you. Someone's stealing something for you instead of the other way around.
JT finally shigged me after almost 10 years. He finally shigged me.
And shigging's way better than shanking. So, my week was good.
Okay.
Not bad. It was not too shabby. Yeah, we had two new locations for dinner. The Grand Castle Apartments was really good. That was our stormy day. It was windy. We had a hard time keeping the menu on the side of the trailer pretty much all day. But we survived. We did sell out on Tuesday. About 5 minutes before we closed. And that was the last 2 orders, just ordering mac and cheese. We were out of protein about 15 minutes before we closed, which is good. That's about the timing we like to see. So Wednesday, we had a solid lunch, slow dinner. But again, it was kind of weather-ish dependent. It was not super great. I screwed up on my communication with my subdivision host again for the second time this year on subdivision. So we had agreed to us coming out, but then I never gave them dates until I sent out a reminder that we were going to be there and realized that I had not sent them actual dates for the year. So yeah. So we got there a little bit short notice for the subdivision. Not a big deal. It was slow, but not horrible. So we were, Sparrow Health and Ionia on Wednesday, and then Corball South on Thursday for lunch. And because it was so cold Wednesday, we actually had snow in Ionia on Wednesday. We decided we would open back up our text ordering. So they can text their order in as soon as they get confirmation from us. They can start walking out to pay and pick up. We did it through the winter a couple of years ago when we were doing paninis.
Yeah,
worked pretty well, but we didn't want to be inundated with text messages all year round, especially on busy days and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it went really well. We actually got thanked a bunch of times. They only get half-hour lunches, so it made it easy for them to be able to maximize their time.
Yeah.
And not have to stand outside in the snow waiting for us.
So can you explain your process on
So we have a separate cell phone in the trailer that they just text in. Everybody has our menu. We set it with our hosts, our liaisons for the day, and they just text in what they want. That's it.
How did you provide that cell phone number?
Via email with the person that's our liaison with the place, and then they share it out.
So they text you, I want a loaded mac and cheese with brisket.
Yep. And as soon as they get a response from us.
Are you creating tabs?
Yeah.
So you're going to create a tab, and then you're going to text. Are you holding, or are you just putting it on the counter until they walk?
Just on the counter. Unless we don't see them pretty quick. Like if it's been 10 minutes and we don't see them, then we'll throw it in the warming cabinet just to try to keep it warm.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that's what we told them. They said we told them as soon as they get a response from us, they should start walking out. The food will be ready.
So they get a response. They walk out. Yeah.
So that way, if we have a line of people at the trailer, we can take care of them before we respond to the text. We can wait for a gap. That way, no one's cutting in line, type of thing.
Okay.
But for that lunch period, of the 40 some orders we had, I think we had 5 that ordered at the truck. 5.
Okay.
So everybody else was text order. So we did it again for Thursday, just to see if that would help the Corwell people. And we didn't have a single text order. Everybody came outside. It was a slamming lunch. It was a lot nicer of a day. So I don't think people minded standing outside. But I think it's something we're going to continue to do, at least at our business locations, like our Corwell Healths, at least for the staff inside.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll
definitely should help everybody.
Yep. We're going to see if that kind of helps spark some additional business, because those have been a little bit slower over the last couple of years. So we'll see. Yeah, we had an apartment complex that evening, which was okay. It wasn't awesome. It wasn't awful.
Average.
But yeah, it was average. But after a good lunch, it's a little bit more tolerable. We almost sold out that day too. And then Wiseman on Friday was a solid lunch. So a combination of things there. It was a good lunch. It was the last day of Lent. So it's a big fasting completely day, still a no meat day, and it's the first or the big travel day for spring break on this side of the state. So we really weren't expecting a whole lot. But yeah, I think we did $1,000 lunch still. And then after that, it was crickets for most of the evening. A person here and there, but about what we expected for the night. So, and then Newega was pretty good. Another crappy weather day. We had a lot of crappy weather this week or last week.
Just wait till this week.
Yeah, it's going to be wet.
Possibly snow.
We have snow Wednesday in the forecast.
Yeah,
but nothing's going to stick. It's not like we have accumulating snow. I think we have a high of 38 still on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we have, I think Tuesday, Wednesday are cool off days, and then we're in upper 50s, I think, the rest of the week. So shouldn't be awful once we get past those first couple of days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty good week. It was nice having Sunday off. An extra day to get some stuff done. So
Did you have a good Easter?
Yeah, I mean, we were just me and Angie.
Yeah.
All the kids were gone, so we cleaned up.
Get it all.
Yeah. God, there was a joke there. I mean, Jesus wasn't the only thing that rose that day. Sorry, everybody.
Unfortunately, he's here all week, folks.
We cleaned out a whole bunch of old toys and stuff, and while everybody was gone,
kids won't even know.
That's my bet.
That's the thing, is they won't even know.
Justin says that Easter is huge for food trucks there.
Really?
Yeah. It's not so much about a lack of business for me. It's we take a couple days on these holidays
just off
to be with family and stuff. So we were open. I think we opened one time on Easter, and it wasn't a huge day, which kind of made it not seem as worthwhile. Mother's Day we're open, and that's usually a big day for us. Father's Day we close because we've done 2 of them and no one shows up.
See, I've done 2. I did a really good first one and like nothing on the second one.
Yeah, our Father's Days were horrible when we did them. We usually take a little bit of time off during 4th of July in that vicinity, and then day after Memorial Day and Labor Day we're closed just because there's no one out. But
you can always come to the food truck rally on Memorial Day or the weekend of Memorial Day.
Justin says mega churches we'll have 40 plus trucks for 2 days.
Wow.
So churches don't like us because of our name. We've been told.
Yeah. Can always switch to Enhanced Barbecue LLC.
Nope. That is not going to be the case. So yeah, it's it was a good week. We have a fun week coming up. We're not moving any day, so wherever we're at for the morning is where we're at for the day.
Oh, that's good.
So we're avoiding all the residential stuff. We're going to stick to business locations and streets and try to hit people up on their way home, those that are here and working. So we are running 1-time only or 2-time only specials for the week. At least that's how we're selling it for this week.
I saw that you were feeling a little weird last week and just started throwing stuff out there.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have Chris name this item Bacunions.
Excuse me.
Bacunions.
How much did he have to smoke that day?
The usual.
Okay. Must have been the harder stuff.
So I'm sure you've seen the bacon wrapped smoked onion rings.
Yes.
Yep. So we're gonna roll those out for a day this week. We're gonna do dynamite sticks. It's gonna be called Roadrunner's Revenge. So pretty much a take on the armadillo eggs.
Okay.
We're gonna leave the stems on the jalapenos though, so it looks like a wick of a stick of dynamite.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do Midwest cannolis. So our manicotti, but we're gonna stuff with loaded mashed potatoes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Just carb upon carb upon carb.
Heck yeah! So it's more like a pierogi than a cannoli, but
no protein whatsoever.
You know. And then we're gonna drizzle some barbecue sauce on top of that, and then some Parmesan cheese, some freshly grated Parmesan, probably. So.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little Polish, a little Italian, and a little barbecue all in that one. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're trying to do things that we wouldn't normally do this week to try to get people to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like we were talking about earlier. Last week was our spring break week, and
this week's
week
ours.
is your spring break week.
Yep.
Which is just still weird. They all can't be the same in the same damn state.
No. So yeah, it's we're kind of pulling out all the stops to try to get whoever we can to come out to the truck and spend some money with us. So we just got a catering order for tomorrow for an executive lunch.
Oh.
They're even coming to pick it up. So yeah, $400, and then we have a private event Friday, which is nice. Outside of we have to drive to Detroit and be ready to sell at 10.
Is that your first one of the year?
Yeah, that's Aetna added that one on just a couple weeks ago. So 10 to noon off the truck. So
I finally found where the Jackson Aetna is.
Yeah, it's a nice location.
Say that very. It's a very small location too.
It is, and we had to pull a trailer into there. Yeah, some of their parking lots are pretty small, but we manage. So yeah, we have to leave at like 6:30 in the morning on Friday to get there in time. So,
I also have a private gig on Friday as well. We are serving. We're doing a grand opening for the new Jackson area Bobcat dealership.
Cool.
They paid for 100 plates.
Just got this message. Are you guys actually opening another spot? My coworker is confused and concerned it's an April Fool's joke. It says it right there at the bottom of the post.
It does.
Not my dogs.
No, those are mine. And my door is shut. But somebody must have walked by with another dog. Jesus.
We're doing a roller derby event on Saturday.
I thought about that. Please hold. I have to look outside.
Okay.
Yep, it's another dog. It's a big black Newfoundland. Brings all the boys to the yard. Anyway, we thought about that because there's a roller derby, or there's an ice skating rink around here that they turn into a roller derby rink.
Wink.
Wink, wink. So we also got approached by a semi-pro football team to vend at their games, at their home games.
You said semi-pro, not the new Michigan Panthers or whatever it is.
Correct. This is a small, much smaller. It's $200. If we wanted to sponsor them, it's $250, and then we can have our logo on the sleeve.
Ooh.
I'm like, but I'm booked like every Saturday they have a game, so especially in June. Other than that, did lose a catering gig. That sucks, but luckily didn't send out an invoice for that one. Yeah, it's this. I'm happy March is over, and let's move on to April.
All right, cool.
What do you got this week? What do you got this month? What do you got for going on?
Just
talk about something here.
Well, we have an interview that we have to get into here in a second. So we have things, and we're gonna after the interview we'll talk about food porn and photography and pictures. And I don't know if you've seen our Facebook page. I mean, you're never there, so there's been a plethora of activity this morning.
I was just there 10 seconds ago, just so you know.
All right, you did not see the plethora of activity.
I didn't.
Or the agenda for the day.
Oh,
I tell you, folks.
Monday,
I tell you, folks.
Yeah, it's hard to find a good co-host. I get it. That's why it's all Josh all the time.
Bernie said, "End of the month. How did you guys fall in line with your projected monthly goals and year over year?"
We are up.
I'm up over last March, which is good. It was our best March that we've had. I didn't really do projections for this year. I tend to over project and then get sad. So I have a yearly projection. We're in line with that so far. So I'm feeling good about where we're at for March.
We're up year over year so far, just because we're doing stuff in typically our off season, but we're up 9% from last March. So that's technically 9%. Well, all right, hold on for the year.
Right now for the year, I'm down 20%, but that's because of January and February.
I am up 92.5%. Just because we did stuff.
Yeah.
Just doesn't feel like it though. Just doesn't fucking feel like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look to see. I gotta look at something real quick since we're looking at numbers, and then we'll hop into our conversation with Sheldon Kaye of the Food Truck Owners Expo that's coming up. 2 different locations. It's not Austin. Houston,
no.
Houston, and Orlando.
Houston, the beginning of middle of July.
Yeah, and then Orlando, which I think Skippy and I are both planning on attending in November. So, and we're talking about maybe doing a meetup, potentially, if anybody is going. Oh, and I have I'll say that after we do the thing, I guess. I wanted to check to see, because I know we were down in 2023 from 2022 in April, about $4,000. Yeah, we were down 10% from 22 to 21, or from 21 to 22. And then that's not right either. That's 22. That's 23. Okay. So in 21, we did 38,000. 22, we did 34,000. And then April, we did 32. So our spring of 21 was really good. Our March, April was solid. And then something kind of just a slowish decline. So from 2021 to 2024, we lost $6,000 in the month of April in sales. So it was good to see March. We got a little bit better this year. So it was our best March so far. So my goal for April is 42. I think we can hit it. So this week will be a good telltale sign how we're headed. So
I think so.
I want to hit 7 to 8 this week. This week would be good. So especially on a short week.
Your microphone's bad.
My microphone's bad.
I don't know. Whatever you're doing, it's like ringing in my ears. I don't know if anybody else is hearing it.
Maybe it's just you.
Well, it's probably just me.
Usually people tell us when our sound's off. But if anybody wants to confirm, I think it's Skippy's headset. Because I sound downright sexy.
Well, simmer down, Turbo. Oh, please simmer. Please just simmer down.
All right. Let's get to our little chat.
Yeah, it's our fun chat that we had.
Yes, with Mr. K. Hold on, let me pull it up, everybody. I was gonna try to do it in our regular media stuff, but I can't, so I have to do a screen share from YouTube. So hold on, everybody. Share that. Please stand by. And the audio should come through. Oh, hold on. Let me go full screen there and there. Oh, fudge. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, stop. Hello, Sheldon.
Hey guys.
I can see you good. I can hear you good. Josh,
Perfect.
I've been the one you've been talking to, and then Skippy, my co-host from the other side of the state of Michigan.
Nice.
So we are joined today with Sheldon Kaye, the event manager for the Food Truck Owners Expo taking place July 29th and 30th in Houston, November 12th and 13th in Orlando. And welcome to our best show of a show, Sheldon.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you letting me on and talk about the new event we have.
I've seen it on Facebook a couple times. I follow Bill Moore, and I know Skippy does too, and I know he's at least partially involved with it. So I was vaguely familiar and looking forward to learning more about it.
Yeah, for sure. So my company, Convex, we produce trade shows and events all over the country. We've been doing this for many, many years, and we just recognized this need of there's no one spot where a food truck or mobile food vendor could go and get everything in one area. There's food shows, there are small business shows, there's technology shows, but to actually have something all in one spot, we realized there wasn't anyone serving that industry. So we kind of modeled this after another show I produced for mobile detailers and PDR techs, which is paintless dent repair. And just like food truck owners, these people are very good at their craft. They're good at detailing cars. They're very good at taking dents out. They're not great at running a business. And we kind of realized there's a synergy there with the food trucks where a lot of people used to be chefs or decided it's time they're going to just start this on their own. And all of a sudden they jump into this business without a whole lot of marketing experience or financials or know how to run QuickBooks. And they're looking for some insight on how to do that and how to not be one of those that fails within the first year. So that's kind of how this got started. And we figured we'd target Houston first because there's a lot of trucks there. And we wanted to make sure it was a time in the week for food truck owners where they're going to be slow, which is usually like a Monday, Tuesday. And in July, it's miserable and humid. And that's a really slow time for the owners out there. So that's kind of some of the reasoning why we picked all that, and that's where we stand now.
The July dates are a Monday, Tuesday?
It is, yeah. 29-30 is Monday, Tuesday.
I guess I didn't even look. Is the November dates Monday, Tuesday as well, or is it?
No, when we pulled some people in the Orlando, Florida area, they said Tuesday, Wednesday would be better. So that's a Tuesday, Wednesday.
I had no idea. I just assumed it was a weekend. All right. When I book, I guess I will know then. All right, cool. Yeah, that was going to be. Yeah, I was curious why July in Houston. Yeah, obviously it's miserable, but I'm guessing that's a slower time for them, and they're much busier
Yeah.
our winter.
Everyone loved July in Houston except the ice cream vendors. The ice cream was like, that's our busiest time.
Pull your truck up to the event center. It'll be good.
Exactly.
I'll be more than happy to come get ice cream. So geared towards food truck owners, who should be showing up? So, I mean, I've been in business this is our 5th season. Skippy's a couple years in, right, Skippy? 2 years?
This will be my third season.
3rd year. So is there as much to gain for someone that's been, or someone that is either just starting or is thinking about starting?
Yeah, that's the whole idea, is to have like kind of the advanced and the beginner type tracks of education. So we definitely want to target people that are just thinking about jumping into this experience and this new venture, and have those resources they need to, how do you start an LLC? What are the steps you take before you even think about buying a truck? Because so many people just, I'm gonna get a truck and I'm gonna start selling tacos. Like, that is not the way to do this. So we have kind of a 101 track, we're calling it, and like kind of the steps you should take. And that's actually where Bill Moore is helping us out a lot, as you mentioned, with some real beginner checklist type items. And then of course we have the trade show floor we have manufacturers of food trucks and trailers. We're going to have food suppliers, POS systems, all the things that people will need to meet. And it's nice to meet someone face to face instead of just Googling POS system for a food truck and taking the first sponsored Google ad.
I do that once a week. Usually because I see a new one somewhere that someone has posted. Has anybody ever tried this? I'm like, I've never even heard of that. Like, yeah. I lost my train of thought there for a second. So you have live set. I mean, it's just like a regular expo. I mean, I came from the IT world and security world, so one of my favorite parts of my job was going to expos and conferences. So I'm pretty excited to get to go to one. But yeah, a lot of education sessions, I imagine. So it's 2 days. Are they full 2 days of sessions?
No, so we're splitting it up a little bit. So each day it'll be the morning from 9 a.m. to about 1 p.m. will be education. Okay. So those people that want to show up early, take advantage of the sessions. Like I said, the 101s, and then there's different advanced ones depending where you want to fall in those tracks. And there's things like finance, permits. We're not going to teach you how to make better taco. There is nothing about actual food cooking here. Besides, some companies want to do like how to manage your produce better so you don't like manage your waste. So there's that aspect, but it's not like a cooking show. Okay. And then each afternoon at from the 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., that's where we'll have the trade show floor / we'll have a little lounge where Bill Moore is actually going to lead it. And we're calling it our campfire lounge because we're going to have little topics, and you can go talk to them about anything, but we really want to try to get some small groups and talk about the issues that people have. And, just like you do on the forums and the Facebook groups, just ping back and forth and have those conversations together.
The same conversations over and over again every day. Yeah.
Every single day. Yeah.
Every single day. Which generator is best?
The quietest one, damn it.
What's the quietest generator?
Yeah, so I'm looking through the website, which is ftoexpo.com. And I'm looking through the education schedule from day 1 and 2. And it looks like they're kind of mirrored days as far as the education schedule. That way you can, am I looking at this right? You can, if you want something at 9 to 9:45 on one day, but you like something else, you can actually see that the next day if you wanted to. Is that right?
Exactly. They might not be exactly a mirror, but the idea is obviously you're one person. Maybe you're bringing a team of 2. You can't go to everything. And we're not in a situation yet where we can live stream record stuff. So I go to conferences a lot. Obviously, I do this for a living. And it's really frustrating when there's great tracks of content and you can't be at all of it. So we want to give people the 2 days to hopefully at least hit a couple that they were, interest them. And I always tell people this at every single conference. If you go to a session and you go the first 5 minutes, you think this isn't for you, don't feel rude to walk out. So many people will sit there the whole time and I'll get feedback like, well, I just wasted 45 minutes of my life. Why didn't you leave? Go find a different one. Yeah. And so people think it's rude. And, with this group, a lot of these owners have never been to a trade show before.
Right.
So we're really working on building what is an expo, what is a trade show, why should you be here? So that's what some of our big marketing we're trying to push right now.
Skippy, do you guys have any sessions with food photography?
I don't think we do, and that's probably a good one because that's huge in marketing.
That would be great. It's come up in our podcast last week. I know it's going to be a topic this coming up week. There's been a slew of just awful photos.
Why are you picking on my pictures again?
I'm not. I'm talking about the mac and cheese I sent you.
Oh, vomit.
Yeah, it looked like vomit. And it's posted on their social media. I just don't understand, and I get people they just don't understand how to take pictures of food. And mine aren't always good. So it'd be interesting to see if there's a possibility of a professional photographer lending some tips on lighting.
I absolutely love that, and that's the kind of feedback we're looking for. We're building this for the food truck owners. We are not experts on that. We are good at putting on trade shows and events. That is what we are very good at. But we are looking for people to give us the ideas that you want to hear. So we've been polling and doing interviews and trying to find the day-to-day struggles, besides POS systems and generators, that that people want to hear about.
Right.
I do notice that looking through the schedule, I am surprised that you don't really have a social media topic or a social media presenter. You do have one on day 2 for marketing or in the off season. Is there just not somebody that
Can you get Gary Vaynerchuk in for the day?
Let me just say, so some of those sessions that don't have a person are kind of placeholders, and we're still might be looking for the right person or topic to go in there. So we're still, we don't want to commit too early because it keeps changing every day, to be totally honest.
I mean, and that's fair. We live on social media, so that's definitely something I'd love to see.
Are you expecting roughly the same topics sessions at both dates, or so Houston and Orlando, roughly the same?
I think so. Now, this is where it gets a little spicy. When we were kind of designing this event and polling everyone and doing all these interviews, we didn't think people were going to travel in more than 3 hours to an event. Just no one was going to give up their 4 days out of the truck to travel.
Mm-hmm.
We launched our registration 2 weeks ago. Over half of the people registered are from out of state, Colorado, Utah. So that really changed the way we thought about some of the sessions we were going to do, like permitting. Because if we thought it was going to be mostly, Texas based, we could talk a lot about those permits. Someone from California or Utah is not going to care about Texas permits.
Exactly.
So we're really pivoting and changing some of that. And as I mentioned, we're changing things every day, but we're going to focus more on truck repairs and have hands-on how to change a tire, how to do basic trailer maintenance stuff if you can't move the trailer and you don't know how to change it, you're out of business for a day.
Oh, yeah.
You're a creek without a paddle. Yeah, absolutely.
I've changed a couple.
We're going to try to focus on some of that type of stuff. But there are very universal things like social media, finance, that kind of thing. That will definitely probably branch between different shows. But we really want to see at the end of the Houston show, before we commit to Orlando, what was a success, what wasn't, and what kind of drive-in / fly-in are we looking at?
Yeah. So I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan, on the west side of Michigan, and Skippy's on the east side. But we have 150-ish registered food trucks in the greater Grand Rapids area. And for 98% of them, November 1st are closed. So the Orlando date's very appealing. It's free time for us. So that I'm looking forward. I think we close the Friday before that conference. So it lines up perfect for us. So I imagine
in Orlando weather, it's so nice in November.
Yeah.
Flights are cheap from Michigan down there. So I imagine we could get a bunch of people down. So
when you're talking about people from out of state coming. I would think the opposite. I would think more people from out of state would come. Like I was looking at your map, and you're looking at possibly a Chicago location for something like this in the future.
Yeah, originally we thought we were going to have to replicate this all over the country because we really just thought it was going to be a very localized show. So, just in general, we're going to have to replicate it. But now, if we start seeing this fly-in that we are seeing, we might just do, one East Coast, one West Coast, do travel destinations like Orlando. That's probably still a good one. Maybe a Vegas one. A lot of people like to go to Vegas. And so we might just do 2. And then we still might do some like pop-up education events around the country just to, get the brand awareness out there, get some education in people's hands. And it's an ever-changing target, but we're learning every day. And again, we want this to be a show for the owners of food trucks and mobile other food vendors. So we're open to all feedback, and like people text us every day, oh, you should bring the show here. Well, that's where you live. I get that.
I mean, my vote's for Grand Rapids or Vegas. So, I mean,
I think Vegas could be good, but launching a trade show is rough. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of upfront costs and everything, but we just want to make this a great experience for people, and hopefully grow this into something great.
We have a mutual friend of ours that works for ShowSpan, which is a trade show type. They do all the RV shows and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, she tells us all about the hustles and bustles. Yeah, exactly, that too. Have you thought about? I'm just coming up with feedback, so I apologize if I did report something out. Have you thought about looking at political figures, congressmen, congresswomen, stuff like that regarding national food truck, either permits or ordinances or laws that can go national versus just state level?
Basically, we're tired of being looked at as third-class citizens because we don't have a brick and mortar restaurant.
Right. So there's a lot of associations for food trucks out there. Mm-hmm. I know, and it's strange for me coming into this industry. We're used to, like, most industries have an association, one that represents everybody and lobbies for them and all that. We have seen more food truck associations, and some in multiple states, and there are multiple associations in the same state, that no one works together, and we're trying to get a lot of people in the same room. And I can't talk too much about some stuff in the works yet, but yes, the idea is eventually there might be a larger scale group that could work on things to help people across the country.
Good.
Fantastic.
I like that one, Skippy. Good job, Skippy. Making change.
Well, listen, I'm the question guy, so that's all I'll ever be.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, the reason you have so many associations and everything is because licensing is different from city to city, county to county, state to state. Like, there's no, even like fire code and stuff.
Yeah, there's no uniformity. Like, I went through the University of Michigan has its own fire code that food trucks have to follow. That's outside of the county that they're located in, because technically they're a whole jurisdiction to themselves. So there's a lot of things.
And one county that wants GFIs and all outlets in a trailer. So one guy had to replace all the outlets on his trailer just to set up in the county. Like, it's ridiculous. And
if there was something that somebody could, even if somebody in that realm, the political realm, could attend something like this, so they understand who we are and what we are, and we're not just, as Josh said, second-class citizens. We're first class all the way.
Third-class citizens.
Oh, sorry, we're working our way up to second. Yeah. Sorry, but yeah. Well, this is great. Yeah.
One of the biggest shows we produce is the National Shooting Sports Foundation SHOT Show. So that's a business-to-business firearm trade show with about 60,000 people. Now, we do work with a lot of political people on that. And again, being treated roughly is something that they're somewhat used to. So let's just say we have some connections, and we would like to make that happen.
Awesome.
Well, we'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Name names now. Quick.
No. Well, we'll just use this clickbait.
Yeah. Joe
Um,
Biden do it.
What? So with this, is this the first? I think you said it. I want to make sure I go around this again. This is the first time you guys are putting something like this on, correct?
Correct. This will be the first Food Truck Owners Expo that we've ever
Awesome.
done in July in Houston.
What are you most looking forward to as the person that we're talking to about this?
So honestly, after doing some of these smaller shows like this in the past, it's always to me the best when someone walks away after that first day of education and comes up and shakes my hand and says, like, you just changed my life. Like, there are these little tidbits I didn't know. I thought I knew everything. Someone convinced me to be here, and they have a big takeaway. The second biggest is when I hear a year later how much better their business is doing because of something like they learned at a show like ours, or a supplier they met, or even more common, just someone they met, like another attendee. Because networking at these is probably, if not the most important item, but it's close to top 2. Because you never know who you're going to meet and how they can help you and have them on speed dial later down the line.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Is it awesome, Skippy?
It is very awesome.
And you know, like, so we've been talking to so many people and telling them we're doing this, and the reception's just been fantastic. Everyone's like, wait, what? Yeah, no one does this. Why is no one doing this? This is amazing. So it's been really eye-opening to see there was a need for this and no one's tried. Besides, you know, there are different trade shows out there that are much larger that have a smaller segment that would apply to food truck owners. But nothing just dedicated them, and definitely not education dedicated, because there's so much brick and mortar versus mobile is so different. It's almost hard to compare the two for many aspects.
Very, you are correct.
And I think Skippy and I are hoping to do a live show from there, or at least in the area. Sorry for my asshole dogs.
Hi, Taco.
It is.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's that time of night where people are out walking around.
This is when we take a drink. Yes, as Josh was saying, we are looking at doing a live, hopefully a live show from when we go down there.
Orlando.
And, yeah, we would love.
What I do at some of my other shows too is I'll actually set up a little podcast studio, because once you see one person doing it, all of a sudden, like, oh, I want to record some. So, you know, I'll bring some gear out, have some pre-built stuff if people want to use it, or you can bring your own.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
It kind of gets exciting when you're recording there on a live show floor and there's people walking behind you, and you kind of have that buzz of the crowd behind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just staring at you and you realize, uh-oh.
Yeah, don't mess up.
Exactly.
5 minutes of silence. Just
looking at everybody walking by. I love trade shows just for people watching, but that's beside the point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there was something else I had too. Okay, so I lost my train of thought. There you go. Nope.
Do you know? You said you had food truck manufacturers coming. Do you know which ones?
Yeah, right now we have Trailer Kings, Rent for Less Trailers, who is also Titan Trailers, Empire Food Trucks, and one more I can't say yet. But that's about, so this first show is not going to be huge. We don't want to saturate it with, that's actually the limit a manufacturer is going to allow. Just the same thing. We don't want every POS system there.
Right.
And I'm not going to name super big names, but there's ones that we're sort of avoiding because they're very generic. And yes, a lot of people use them, but we're trying to find more specialized ones for this industry that can really help you and not just be a big corporate entity that does everything. I'm trying to, that's my best political.
You have Easy Eats on here. I've heard so many good things about them.
Yeah, Easy Eats, Table Needs, and there's one more in the works that are just very specialized for the industry, not other big ones. I'm not going to say the names.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are asking us about, you know, who should we use for credit card processing, whether it be, you know, Square, Clover, Toast. Those are the big three that typically everybody hears, but then there's little ones like Cash Drop, and there was another one that just came up recently. Those are all things that I think a lot of people would love to see too.
Yeah, it's one of those. We could have a whole show on POS systems. There probably is one out there, but At the end of the day, most of them are the same. To me, it's about the service you get from them at the end of the day.
Yes.
So I kind of like some of the smaller specialized ones when trying to for these small businesses. But we're open to feedback. If people want to see the big three, we can push for it.
No, I think we all get phone calls from the big three anyway. So
yeah. I think for the most part, we're all pretty well versed in those, and it's always nice to see the smaller ones, especially if they're on the floor where you can kind of touch and play with equipment a little bit. Because getting demo stuff is impossible with anybody. So yeah, it's nice to see more than just a picture. So
for sure.
Skippy, anything else?
No, I'm just mesmerized by the website. It's pretty.
You're going through all the vendors, aren't you?
They don't have it. It's just
Food Magnet. I'm looking forward to talking to Food Magnet. That was a new one for me until I saw the vendor list.
We have a bunch in the works right now. I just can't say names yet. But we'll probably publish the floor plan early May, I would guess.
Okay.
And then there will be traditional, we call them traditional 10 by 10 type booths. That's what most of the, we have 20 by 20s, 20 by 40s, 10 by 10s. And then we're going to have some local vendors. This is where we had to pivot a little bit. The idea was to have local plumbers, electricians, the people that will help you in your day-to-day life if you're local. But now we're seeing all this fly in, so we're kind of pivoting on that. So there will still be some like insurance companies that might be more universal, but not selling a product directly that day. So there'll still be some of that, but it's kind of a work in progress at the moment.
Understand. I'm glad that you guys have noticed the trend and are kind of pivoting away from just local stuff. Is there a limit on number of tickets sold?
There will be for Education Day. We're only able to do 300 education tickets.
Okay.
So that's just a hard limit on the space we have. We went small to start. It's hard to start.
You'd rather fill it than have 3 people in
exactly
auditorium.
Orlando will be more. We have more space in Orlando, and it's a pretty cool space down there. And then so we're going to do the same thing
in Orlando. Sorry, feel free to have everything in Orlando. Absolutely, feel free. Pack that place.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's down like there in the Kissimmee area. It's a pretty great facility. It's not too far from everything, but it gives us some more flexibility. We didn't want to take this to a convention center to start. We didn't want this big, huge, overwhelming feel. We wanted something smaller, more intimate, where we could take over the whole space and feel more like a family instead of, we're one of 8 trade shows in the same building.
Right. Nice. I like it. All right, Skippy, if you don't have anything else,
I'm waiting for Orlando.
Well, one thing I do want to mention, if anyone listening is in the Houston area, we are actually going to be having like a meet and greet, I'm going to call it, in April 22nd. We're going to be setting up at Porky's Backyard Food Truck Park. And we're going to be doing some interviews, filming some podcasts, and just hanging out. If anyone wants to swing by, say hi, and see what we're all about. And most importantly, have a beer on me. We'll have an open tab.
Whoa.
When was that?
Okay. When was that? How much are tickets? Okay.
That's just free. We'll just be hanging out there at Porky's. So it's a pretty cool new food truck park out in the Humble area in Houston, right next to the convention center we're using. So just nice synergy that worked out.
You said that's in April.
And Bill Moore will be there answering questions and stuff too. So
you said April for that?
April 22nd.
Awesome. I'm clearing my calendar.
Might have to fly down. I don't know.
Well, Sheldon, thank you very much for coming on. I know Skippy and I are both looking forward to it. We are already in the process of making plans to attend. So I'm bringing at least one of my guys with me. And of course our wives. My wife is very much looking forward to a pool in November, so that's where she'll be.
I love it.
And my wife's
Thank you for having me on here. It's always great to get to talk to people in the industry and do this. And maybe we can do it again as we get closer. And I just love doing this anytime.
Absolutely, thanks a lot. And if we get any feedback or when we get feedback from our listeners, I'll shoot that on to you about anything they might be interested in and their regions. I know we have listeners across the country, so it'll be interesting to see what they think of the more broad subjects for what affects them in their areas too. So
yeah, love it.
Thanks again for.
I'll throw this out there. You can like just put this at the bottom or whatever. Sheldon@ftoexpo.com is my email. Feel free to anytime email me, or my cell phone number is 702-287-8807. Text me, don't call. I never answer unknowns, but text me and I'll be happy to chat.
90% of my calls come up as spam probable or whatever it is. So yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Sheldon. We appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon, and good luck on the expo, and we'll see you at a minimum in November.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Skippy, off mute. We're back now, Skippy.
There we go. We're back.
Break's over.
Break's over. Just doing business.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I do have a discount code for our listeners.
Oh,
I know. We got a coupon.
we got a coupon.
We got a coupon for you guys. This is good for either location. I just lost it. Hold on a second. 15% off. Use the code MMFT15 and save 15%. So Skippy and I are both, like I said, planning on being there. We will be doing a podcast, I think, live from there, as you heard. And maybe we'll even do like a little meet up with some of our listeners if anybody's going to be there. Again, we'll be in the one in November because obviously we're pretty busy during July. So, well, kind of.
Well, and I don't really want to go to Houston in the middle of July.
Me either. Doesn't sound fun at all.
Nope.
I think it's hot. I think it's hot there.
Oh, I think it's quite warm.
It's hot enough here. I don't need to be there. It's a dry heat though down there.
Jeez. It's not dry when I'm sweating my rear end off.
Mm-hmm. I think it's your rear end that's leaving.
Simmer down.
So yeah, good conversation. I'm looking forward to it. It should be. It's. You okay? There used to be, or still is, a Columbus event that was geared towards food trucks. I never got to go. I don't know if it stopped recently, but I couldn't even find it on a quick Google search. So Pam says she believes she should also be included for the Orlando gig as a financial consultant. We can expense the whole thing, right, Pam?
That's good.
It is a business trip.
It is very much a business trip.
Yeah. We'll have the podcast pay for it.
Oh, it's even better. I'm down.
I don't know with what money, but we'll work on it. Anywho, yeah, so we quickly mentioned food photography session. Hopefully we see that. There was a slew of bad photos in the last week. I got a little bit of karma for calling one out. I think it was one of our lower mac and cheese weeks after I called out somebody else's picture of mac and cheese.
I mean, you didn't really call it out.
I didn't. Yeah.
You just made mention of it.
I did make mention of it. I didn't mention the restaurant's name. It may have been a restaurant that we have a history with.
I mean,
let me pull it up, see if I can find that picture real quick so I can share with the class. See if he's got any better pictures. We did ask for some. Skippy, you want to pull up our post on our Facebook?
I have it right here, bud.
Oh, you want to share that screen and let's see what kind of pictures we got there while I look for this one.
Absolutely. Please.
We did ask for some good and bad pictures that you've either taken or have seen.
And of course, Bubba liked or laughed at mine.
Oh, that's a pretty solid picture right there.
What is it?
That is one of the versions of our mother clucker.
Oh,
so that's a chicken thigh.
Okay.
And then pickled onions, pickles, coleslaw.
The coleslaw on the bottom doesn't ruin the bottom bun?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, good. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Well, here was mine from this weekend.
Skippy, I know that people order it.
That's all that matters.
And we've never had a complaint about things falling apart. So
whatever. So here's mine from this weekend. This is my rib turn in box.
mm-hmm.
Please hold. Here's Bubba's.
You should be able to hit the little side arrows there and take it to the next picture.
It didn't work. See, I'm pressing it and it doesn't work. So,
well, thanks Facebook for nothing.
Exactly.
That's a good picture. I like that. I like that picture. But okay, so even though this is a good picture, if you look at the sausage on the left, there's things there, but you can't really tell. It's barbecue's hard. Barbecue's so hard.
I think mine's better than his, but that's fine.
Yours is also a competition box and not something you serve out the window.
I can throw something I serve.
I mean, if you want to compare competition boxes, and then that's a whole nother topic.
This is from Jason Scanlon. I think that looks good.
It's not bad.
It just doesn't. It doesn't scream appetizing? Because it looks like pulled pork and coleslaw. Slider buns?
It doesn't look unappetizing.
Correct.
Which is good. I'd like I like close-ups of sandwiches. I like to be able to see detail in the sandwich, personally.
True.
Versus a tray of sandwiches. I like the heart cookies.
I'd eat the shit out of that.
Mm-hmm. Jason, what kind of cookies are those? I would like to know. Is it just chocolate chunk? Or is there other things in there?
Or if there's bacon in there.
Oh, chocolate chip and bacon.
I like this one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish it was probably a little closer up, and the fries look really naked.
That's fine. I don't mind naked fries.
No, naked as in you can't. They don't separate from like anything else. You know what I mean? Like they just look plain. Like they just look.
They're French
plain.
fries. They're French fries.
But they just look plain. I think this looks fire.
Yeah, and
whatever the kids are saying.
The key to this is either the parsley or whatever you have on top.
I do wonder what that is.
That little bit of green, that is a spaghetti noodle.
It does look like a spaghetti noodle. Justin, can you tell us what this is?
Did someone lose a hair tie? No, yeah, it looks good. Yeah, the green really makes it pop. Otherwise, it's all just the same color, which is what I have a problem with.
So our good friend Isaac.
Mm-hmm. Long-time contributor to the show. Lots of questions.
He asks more questions than I do. Which I
Bernie says candied bacon chocolate chip cookies. He also does candied bacon triple chocolate brownies. Justin says that is a grilled chicken Alfredo sandwich. So it was pasta.
Speaking of Justin,
I like the whole lighting of this picture. It's very artsy.
Very artsy.
It looks like it should be in a magazine. Just with the lack of brightness, I like it.
Yeah, I like that too. Great job, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another Isaac, which I looked at earlier. I'm sure it looks better than like on the camera than the post here. I don't know.
The sauce is intriguing to me. I have a question for Isaac, and I'm wondering did you have that picture of the bowl, and did you use an AI editor to have it placed in a different background? I guess the same could be said for one of Justin's pictures too, because I know Adobe has that feature, and so does Canva now, where it'll actually separate like my sandwich out, and then you can place it in different settings, almost like a green screen effect. We've used it a couple of times, and it works really well.
So here's ribs from Jason. Comment is not too good. Ribs turned out great and looked great, but the lighting was horrible.
Yeah,
It looked way darker than they actually were, which I've seen that a lot.
It happens a lot with ribs.
Yeah,
it's hard to get a good rib picture, which I think is why when most people take them, like whenever I take a rib picture, it's always the side of the rib versus over the top, if that makes sense.
JT's been at it.
It's good looking. I like that picture. That's a good one.
Wings. Little, looks like a little rib plate.
It's a pretty good rib picture.
So in talking with him, what's funny is down where he lives, middle to South Indiana, if you don't serve baby backs, you don't serve ribs. So when they say ribs, that's all they think about is baby backs.
And I hate them.
I can't stand them either.
There's just not enough meat on them for me.
All right, what do you think about this one?
It's a lot of cheese. I would eat the shit out of that.
I would absolutely devour it, but it is a lot of cheese. It's like a volcano of cheese.
I'm here for it. I'll take 2, please. Even though I think that's a triple patty. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever.
That looks fantastic. I'm not big on the 2 big pieces of onion though.
Justin said his pictures were all natural. He took those. No AI involved. And food trucks have terrible lighting. You are absolutely 100% correct. They do.
Yes.
And it's hard because you need the light. So even if you did it where your service window is, you actually need the light on the opposite side. So you need the light behind your phone, not in front of your phone. That'll help keeping things from washing out. We have a LED strip above our sink, and that's typically where I will take a lot of our pictures. Just because I can get the best lighting in there sometimes. But top of our smoker is a good spot too. Sorry.
No, you're good. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I think one ring of onion is good. I think 2 is much, and then that way you can bring the pickle forward a little bit. And even if I don't know, I think sauce makes everything a little bit better, at least for a picture.
The brisket looks great. I mean, I think that looks appetizing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take the bigger onion and just go straight across.
Yeah,
if it's just for a picture. But I mean, it looks like this was very photogenic.
I mean, you got to treat this stuff like McDonald's treats their. I mean, like when McDonald's does this, every ingredient needs to be visible. If you're just taking a picture just for a post, which I highly recommend everybody do, yeah, you gotta place ingredients very specifically, so that everything's visible. Everything looks a little bit shinier, a little bit moister. It's kind of like when we spritz our competition boxes, back to barbecue competitions, but we spritz the box with a little bit of water or apple juice.
Just to shine.
It's just to make it shine a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, when they open the box, it looks a little bit shinier. So I think you got to take the same kind of attitude.
So Justin was bad, flat photos, no depth, just the food.
It is such a weird line right there in the middle.
Yeah,
I'm trying to point at my screen like anybody can see, and it's the bun or that hoagie roll or whatever.
Yes.
But it looks like it's almost 2 pictures that were kind of almost photoshopped together.
I almost think crinkle cuts photo better than the regular ones. But
yeah. I like a good crinkle cut.
What else we got? I think that's it. Oh, hold on. I just posted one myself. Right there. So how about that?
That looks good. I like that you drizzled on the outside a little bit. Yeah. Because you added that afterwards, after you cut it, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like the thought behind it.
I'm trying. My photos are, I mean, they can be really bad. Not overly bad, but like really bad.
It's not that they look unappetizing necessarily. It's hard to tell sometimes what it is just because it washes out a little bit. Like you've had pictures of burnt ends that look very, very unbeef like. If that makes sense.
Yes, I have for sure.
Yeah. And then like the chicken, like we talked about the chicken tenders last week, just use a different sauce, you know, just so the sauce isn't the same color as the chicken that you have in there. So there's separation, so you can kind of get a better feel for it. So the picture that started the whole conversation with bad pictures.
Hold on.
Yep.
Let me unshare. Stop. There we go.
A local restaurant in an area where we set up that they asked us to leave our spot, threatened not really legal action, but township action.
Just an overall dick.
Yeah, just an overall dick. So the next day that we were supposed to be there, the morning before, he posted that they would be selling brisket on the day that we would be in the area, as well as mac and cheese, smoked mac and cheese.
Mm.
He was super proud of his smoked mac and cheese when it was done. That he took a picture of it, and everybody swallow whatever you have in your mouth right now.
Yeah.
And let me pull this up. That's not right. Window. There we go. And
by the way, Big JT said quad smash burger 4 times cheese.
So,
that wasn't the one I saw, but that looks like vomit. I saw the one that was still in the smoker.
Oh, which looked way better.
No,
relatively speaking.
No, that did not. The color of the other one looked like straight creosote.
Okay, I'll pull that one up in a second.
Okay, good, because that was bad.
All right, so he did also do meatloaf, smoked meatloaf. I don't know if that is cellophane on the bottom there that melted in.
No, I think
not a good color.
I think that's
the
just
shine. Yeah, smoked meatloaf actually didn't look too awful, other than it may be undercooked. I don't know. But those pictures. Is it this one that you were looking at?
Yeah.
I will still say I think this one is more appetizing than the gray.
That's a brown noodle.
Yeah, because he never stirred them in the however long it was in the smoker. So they got. I guarantee you those are hard as rocks too.
Things that make you go.
Yeah, and those are his pretty briskets.
Oh, fat side up. That's what everybody does.
Honko beef. That one's worse.
Sorry, that's the one I saw. Yes, this whole thing. I'm pointing at my screen like you did.
Right.
The whole bottom part there,
right here.
Yeah, it just looks like the smoker is just dripping shit in there. And excuse my language. And it's take that off the screen, please. It looks so bad. Like it doesn't even look appetizing.
This brisket's backwards, by the way. Who puts the point in the front of the smoker? Everybody knows it goes in the back.
Fat side up too. Everybody knows fat side down.
I do mine fat side up.
You're weird. I wrap fat side up,
but always the point in the back where it's hotter.
Thanks for showing my message why I left. Appreciate that.
No problem.
You're so great. Or how about Ange? Hi, Ange.
Where is this? I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, look at that. Where's my stop sharing button? Oh, there it is. Jesus.
Jeez. A little inside baseball there.
Yeah.
Big JT said Buffalo Chopper for the win. As far as I know, the chopped brisket goes through a buffalo chopper, and that's what it does.
All right. Making things too photogenic can be bad. To think McDonald's looks great, then you get it and it's a half-inch thick smash bun and disappointing. I got that. I know for us that we try to make things as close to the perceived expectation is. So I know I've coached our staff a lot on not pressing down buns. They think they needed to get things into wraps and stuff, but our wraps are big enough you don't need to squeeze things and press things in to get them to fit. Everything was pretty well thought out so that we don't have that effect. Yeah, we're very intentional about order of ingredients and how things look when someone opens the box. At least we try to be. One of the things we changed last year is for our loaded mac and cheese and our dorachos is that sauce and sour cream used to go on last on those. We have changed it now so that we put the sauce and sour cream on after meat, and then we do the veggies on top. Just because color-wise, the sauce was covering up the color of the jalapenos and the onions a little bit, so you couldn't see them as well. Now they pop a little bit better when you open a box, and it looks, presentation-wise, looks better. So as we progress through everything, we're trying to be more mindful of that kind of thing. So always looking to see how we would do things if we ever got to a brick and mortar type situation.
Yeah.
So that way it's the same there as it is on the truck, or vice versa. We want to take the same care that we would if someone was getting a plate of food in the restaurant.
Correct.
So
very, very correct.
Well,
So I just secured a 420 date finally.
excellent. I've turned down like 100.
I'll only do it if they're paying for food.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've done 2 that haven't paid for food, and I haven't done anything on there at all. So
yeah, we don't have anything super special. We're doing our regular Saturday in Newaygo, and then we have a block party at a subdivision that night. So yeah, I've heard too many horror stories of bad 420 events at dispensaries and stuff.
Well, it's like people go to dispensaries. I'm not gonna say everybody, but most of them go with their $20 and get their stuff and leave. There's no reason to do anything. So I set up right in the middle of downtown in our area, right outside one of the bigger dispensaries. But I guess the difference between dispensaries is there's one that's like a one-stop shop where you can get a whole bunch of different varieties and companies and stuff like that. And then there's others that just sell their brand. And if you're a one-stop shop, you'll have more business, potentially, because you sell more brands. I don't smoke it. I don't do it, so I don't know, but that's just what I've been told.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. They're paying 100 meals at, or 100 sandwiches at $10 a sandwich. So
I guess real quick, we only got a few minutes left. I wanted to circle back around to the Food Truck Expo. Is anybody that's listening? Well, we have had a whole bunch of people drop off, it looks like. I'm curious just if anybody is planning on attending either of those events besides us. Skippy, thank you.
Oh, my bad.
I think, holy crap, it's that late. Bernie says Easter is on April 20th next year. Easter Bunny is going to be lit, he says.
How is Easter? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how
it's the first Sunday following the first full moon of the spring equinox is when Easter is.
Whatever. Yeah, Easter Bunny's going to need to be lit.
Justin says maybe about attending. I'm assuming that's what his maybe was for. So, yeah, it'd be cool to see you, Justin, and meet up with you down there.
Oh, JT commented the hill go down.
Awesome. I wish my wife would comment that. Never mind.
Maybe if you treated her as an equal instead of working in the basement.
I can't have her sit next to me while we're doing this. They'd be getting shushed every 5 seconds.
I try to shush you every 5 seconds now. But
I know. I don't need 2 people doing it.
I know. All right, folks. Sorry.
I thought you were going to say, go ahead. Send us out, Skippy.
Fuck, now you put me on the spot. I don't even know what I was going to say. All right. I said, all right, folks, this is the end of our journey. Please feel free to comment on any of our Monday morning food truck posts. Our marketing director does a great job at those. He would like some recognition. Also, please check us out on our social media handles. Sweet Racks Smoking Butts on Facebook and or Sweet Racks. Is it Sweet Racks on Facebook? It is Sweet Racks on Facebook, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Is it? Just shake your damn head.
Just do a Google search for Sweet Racks and Smoking Butts. Everything will pop up on the first page.
Yes, please do the same thing for PB&J's Barbecue. Other than that,
Bernie says, don't try smoking bacon-wrapped Cadbury eggs. Literal shit show.
I think you'd have to freeze them first.
Yeah, it'd be like a chocolate lava cake.
Oh, that'd be so good.
It's molten.
So
All right.
good.
All right, everybody. Have a great week. We will talk to you next Monday. We'll have another special guest next Monday, I think. So stay tuned for that. You guys have a good one. Talk to you later.
Peace out.
Bye.